who's playing? This is Dragon Age Inquisition. Pick looking off the pipeline. You can see the bottom is pick. Very much so. I was wondering, how do I do this? I may try to do the last one of those things. But I'll try to. I may try to. I go to. Ice. It must be cold walking in the rain like this at night. My mind, that's a big moon though. She's very close. Oh, that's a planet. Oh. It's not, but it looks like. Oh, you're level 12. May not be pretty good. It's kind of tough. Yeah. Alright. That's that for the rift, yeah. Is that a dragon though? Is that a dragon? I'm saving. Go to that. Oh. There's a dragon though. I go there. Ooh. Gear, so I know that. Since this, I think I'll go to Skyhold. Oh, getting one, last one of those Strazzy things is on my list. Go. Oh. Stuff with dragon. Whether it's a dead or alive, I do not know. Wait. Oh. Okay. I will use into the War Castle so I can scout the Western Road. What did I scout? There's something. I think it's West Road. I do not think it's West Road, but it's the South West something. Well, so far the game has been okay. I don't like it as much as a 1 or 2, but it keeps my interest. Oh, I'm still working on stuff, so I see.
What's the chance say about this? I never paid attention. Assholes. Baker's store. He made them. Inquisitor, I must speak with you.
What is it?
Okay. Something
I
important.
must explain something first about the Montilier's fortunes.
I remember you said your family had been forbidden from trading in Orlais.
It's devastated our finances.
Awesome.
The Montiliers have, in fact, been in debt for over 100 years.
I had no idea your
That's
family's
unfortunate.
situation was so precarious.
Hardly anyone outside the family does. For generations, we've done everything to keep creditors at bay. Sold our lands to stave off interest. It's just...
What do you
It
have
is
left?
infuriating to see my family still reduced to this. I'm to become head of our house. If I sell any more of our land, my family will become destitute. That cannot be my legacy to them.
Most people worry about their next meal, never mind an estate.
I'm not blind, but I worry for my family. My foolish sister Yvette with her daydreams. My brothers trying to rebuild our fleet with their own hands. Is it wrong to hope they never know hardship?
Is there anything I can do?
I'd almost solved our problems. For a while. I negotiated a chance to reinstate the Montiliers as landed traders in Orlais. We could rebuild with that. But when I dispatched paperwork to Val Royeaux, I've just learned my carriers were murdered. And the documents
Ooh.
restoring my family's trading status destroyed.
Do you have any idea who murdered them?
Leliana made inquiries that bore success. Comte Boisvert, a nobleman in Val Royeaux, claims
So I
to know
thought
who
you
killed
were
my
going to say
messenger.
Liliana did it.
He has a request that you come when I meet him, so he's seen publicly conferring with you.
What will being seen with me gain the Comte?
The Comte will drop hints at parties he's to meet with an important visitor. Allies and rivals will take note. Once he's met you, there will be speculation. The Comte will subtly spin reports to his advantage. He will use us. But if he knows who killed my people, I ask that we indulge him.
Okay.
If that's what it takes to get to the bottom of this, I'll meet this Comte with you.
Thank you, Inquisitor. It means... you are too kind. I must know who killed my couriers just to harm my family.
Alright. Oh, that's going to be my next quest I'm going to do. After I go to the War Council.
Yes?
Let's speak.
That's all you have
Goodbye.
to say. No, still not gonna do that.
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
You are unlocked. And now I think I reached the point of where I am in my first playthrough that I never completed. From here on out, I think she's going to be blind. I can't try to in the ways.
The order was sent?
This morning. At your service.
I know what I want. Nice.
Inquisitor.
What's this?
All right.
And that's that. And now we do the quest for what's that? Now we do the quest for Josephine. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, how are you? You. Okay. Just come to again. Well, after this, I think I'm gonna go to the Westford, or I mean the Western approach, or do the Sword Astrazi spiel. That's what I'm gonna call them. Then, who knows? I guess I'll continue on the Western approach. This there's no other things for Josephine.
It's the Grand Ball in the Winter Palace.
I told you I was right not to send supplies to Haven. Look what happened there.
I found my city dog.
Though you had granted them power over the very fate
Okay.
itself.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
No, nothing.
Lead the way.
Nice. Ooh, corpse. Reminds me of a Pixar I once saw. Well, painting. It's very similar to that corpse art that they got though. Oh, here we go. I don't think so. Okay, there we go.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montily's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for a life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montiliers' trading exile in Orlais.
Overly complicated assassination plots are part of Orlesian politics, I take it.
They're all too common, I'm afraid.
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
Really?
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract,
too long.
Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, Your Worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary, by its standards.
I'll do what I can to stop these attacks,
Well, stuff
Josephine.
them.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I think I may know how. The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilier. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
No, that's true.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets.
Oh, he might be involved then.
But this is Orlais. Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montily's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
I thought you were remarkably well informed about a secret assassins guild.
We are hardly secret, my dear Inquisitor, just normally much more reclusive. The contract on Lady Montily's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
It is appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out the Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Why warn us about your contract and let us go?
In Orlais, it is only decent to inform those involved in a contract when extraordinary circumstances conspire.
And the guild's reputation would suffer if you ignored the contract. I quite understand.
Thank you, my lady. May we conclude with my departure?
Not on your life.
As you wish.
Dead.
That's the last of them.
That's the last time I agree to wait on the other side of a door when you're around. Are you two all right?
Yes, thank you, Lord Bavis. I think it's time we return to Skyhold. I've much to discuss with the Inquisitor there.
Do you hear something?
Oh, goodness. Comte Poivert, is that you? Oh, the lock's been broken off.
Right.
We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
No, I'm not stuck. Okay. Skyhold. Nice. There doesn't seem to be anything bio here, so let's go to Skyhold. Oh, that was an interesting quest line just being had. Again, I say, there should be music here at least. At least there'll be no boring black screen of death. Alright.
It's looking good. Not good enough, but good. Losing it.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
Between our soldiers and spies, Skyhold's safer than anywhere else in Thedas.
Yet the problem persists.
That's true.
I've tracked down the last two parakeets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royeaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana,
Maybe a
please.
faster
I want
thing.
no more bloodshed over a
Faster.
personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie.
Good.
How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royeaux?
Let me see here.
If destroying the original contract will satisfy the guild, I say we do it.
But I'm sure my plan will work,
Be
Inquisitor.
faster.
Whatever happens, I'll assign you more guards. The House of Repose won't be idle long.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the two parakeets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royeaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Okay.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royeaux if we want to make the Duparaquets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the Duparaquets as lords.
Okay. Okay.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
How exactly does one turn farmers into members of the upper classes?
There are procedures for granting honored citizens of the Empire the title of Lord or Lady. Very long procedures. And so much paperwork. I've called in a substantial number of favors just to cut through half of it.
Okay. Well, I guess this is it. And next time we'll continue along with Josephine's quest line. So, this is Codex. Till next time.